What is up? Welcome to Middle Age Apocalypse. I'm Greg. This is Al. We are your hosts. And thanks to everyone who's tuning in. We appreciate it. What is up, buddy? I gotta get my screen shrink there.
Oh,
How you been?
like I was saying, it's humid as balls. Any of you little online people think I'm trying to act like I'm some crip or some shit, but I'm rocking a bandana because it's humid as balls and I left too many windows open and my air conditioner's starting to catch up, but I'm just sweating like a fucking pig.
Yeah, I am inside today because it is pouring like crazy outside right now.
Oh, yes, and
It's
yes, this is an empty bottle of gin that I'm using as a spigot, if you were wondering.
if anyone was curious. Uh,
No, kids, you can't drink gin like this. It has to be.
uh,
Fuck.
Wait
Yeah,
till you're 21.
just, don't listen.
Yeah, we're age restricted, I believe, so
Well,
shouldn't be an issue. But
yeah, we got poured on. It's just all fog everywhere you go. You walk outside and it's just like you're just covered in mist. It's just gross.
I got home from work. The chickens were under my truck. I pulled in and because I've been driving the Subaru to work, and I pull in there. We got two chickens left, and they're both chilling under the truck. So I felt bad, so I brought them out a snack. We got some like fowl treat food, a bunch of different seeds.
Yeah, yeah, I did that for chickens back in the day. That stuff's great, and if you get I don't remember the brand. I got it at Tractor Supply, but it it like really makes the yolks like so tasty. It just I don't know what it is. It's like a superfood for them, but like the yolks that I was getting before I moved and I gave the chickens to Adam, the yolks were like dark orange and they were so good. And it also uh who was it? Barbara. Barbara, my chicken, my biggest roti red, she would lay uh double yolk eggs all the time. It was
Oh
awesome.
yeah,
Oh, dude, you poach a double yolk like that? Oh, gosh. Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Our red, we have one red, and that's her name, Red, and she's laid a couple double yolks, maybe two total, but she's super young. She's only like 2 years old.
Is she wicked
Um,
skittish?
what's that?
Is she wicked skittish?
Oh yeah,
Dude, Rody Red's
yes.
dicks.
Well, especially she was the only red with five ISA browns.
Yeah.
So she was extra scrappy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was so my three I had two Rody Reds and I don't know, whatever the white was, Leghorn or whatever. Um and it was Lucy, Barb, and Sarah from Trailer Park Boys. Because, you know, Sarah's a redhead, Barb's a redhead, and Lucy's a blonde. So naturally the names fit. But
Yeah.
the white one, the Leghorn, would just basically do its own thing. And then Sarah was the squawker, just like she is in Trailer Park Boys. She'd run up on you, fucking give you shit, and tell you how it is. And that was my chicken. She would be. I'd go out to smoke a butt back when I smoked when I lived there, and she could just come right up and just squawk at me the whole time, just right in my. And then Barbara, she was huge, big rody red. She was the most skittish, humongous chicken ever. She would just run and run and run. She was so weird. Chickens are fucking. I don't know if they think. I think they just do.
No, I think they do. Like, so I tossed that feed under my truck so they could have it, and BB, the other one, the only Isa Brown left, BB for boss bitch, because she was the fucking
Chase
what's
everyone
it
around.
called? Yeah, she was like the leader of
Yeah.
all six of them, bossed everyone else around. So it's just her and Red left. Red's like a lot bigger than her, but um, Red's still skittish. But anyway, as soon as I throw that feed under the truck, she's like starts making like I don't know. Today I took it as thank you because she's like making chicken noises. She's like "Gawk, gawk, 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 gawk,
Oh yeah.
gawk, gawk," as
I mean,
she's pecking at it.
I well see that's the thing. There's a difference between thought and emotion. So they might have some emotion, but I don't think there's much in the thinking department.
I mean, their brains are like
They're
so,
literally
so big.
they're like I think they say they're literally the size of a pea. Not
Yeah,
not the whole pod, just one of the little peas that comes out of the pod.
right,
So
right. Yeah, I don't know. I see that, but also we've had to bring at least two of them inside. They've had like I don't know the actual term, but I call it poopy butt when they get like a bunch of their poop stuck like on their tail feathers. And it's
just
some kind of huh?
said ugh.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's and so we've had to take them in, soak them in like a Epsom salt bath, trying to loosen that up and take it off. And they seem grateful, like holding them when they're vulnerable and like looking them in the eyes. They're like, I don't know. I just feel like I know they're not the smartest creature out there, but
I think you might be
I,
giving credit than they're due, but to each their own.
well, see. I guess having never planned on like they were originally pets, and we were gonna sell the eggs, and then we both started eating our chicken's eggs because we're like, well, they're just chicken periods. We don't have a rooster. There's no way these can become any type of animal, and it's a good source of protein, and we're raising them. We know what they're eating. They're on our property. They're free range. Fuck it. So we started eating their eggs, and you're right. They're dark. The yolks are so dark and rich and
Oh, they're so
way
good.
better than the store bought. Way better. And it's fucked up how, what was it, like a year ago? Like last summer, they were cracking down saying no one should have chickens at home because
Oh
it's going
yeah,
to spread some type of bird flu or something. It's like, fuck you. You're just trying to keep us from making it. Like egg sales were short or something. So,
yeah. Well, they were charging what like 10. My brother was saying it was like yeah, like a year and a half ago down in down in Mass. It was like almost $9 for a carton of eggs. It's
crazy.
like what? And then you gotta go back because it's a trend with how they're trying to control us from being able to cultivate our own food. You go back like Gretchen Whitmer or whatever her name is, and a bunch of these other governors. Why ban the sale of seeds? They banned the sale of COVID, so you couldn't grow your own hydroponic vegetables in your house when you're locked down. Like what? It's and then oh, what was that? Like 2 years ago, that was that was that was comical. There was a bunch of I think it was like, if I remember in total, it was like, I don't know, like 6 or 7 of the largest chicken farms in the country. Oh, a crop dusting place crashed into it and blew it up. Like, and then all the train derailments. It's just manufactured. It's all bullshit. It's just,
Yeah, I don't trust any of it. Uh,
you can't, because the way that things just randomly keep happening. It's just, come off it. I just you can't believe these people. And then, like we were talking about in the previous episodes, like Bill Gates buying like 300 million fucking acres of farmland and talking about putting RNA vaccines into grown food. Like, it's just, you can't trust. I mean,
oh,
to
and
make
what's he doing now? What was he doing? He's making a new kind of potato or something.
yeah,
You heard about this?
that has RNA vaccine in it.
Right. Yeah, that shit is wild.
Oh, you don't want to take the jab? Well, we'll just make you eat it in your McDonald's fries. I mean, it's totally fucked.
They're already injected. Did you know that? I haven't been able to eat McDonald's French fries, even though, I mean, technically they would be vegan, but did you know McDonald's injects their potatoes with beef broth? Yeah, dude. That's why I don't eat McDonald's fries, because they inject that. That's why they're so addictive.
I mean, I don't even. That was just a run of the mill example. I just pulled out of midair. I don't eat fast food, but I mean, once in a blue moon, I do if I'm like, on a road trip or something. But other than that, I don't. I stay away from it. I mean, most of the food I eat is all local. You know, I, mean,
Yeah,
I, live,
that's good.
I live in fucking Maine. It's like there's just pick a road. There's a farmer's market with people growing shit in their backyard. Like, it's and not like cows and stuff like that, chickens. I mean, all of it. It's like, all right. Why would I go to a Hanford's to buy any of that? Like, what?
Right.
Most of
You
the
know,
time, it's cheaper. I mean, you can get I can go up to my neighbor right up around the corner and get a dozen eggs. You can see the chickens. They're hanging out by the side of the road half the time, being chickens. And it's $4 for a dozen. Why would I go to Hanford and buy eggs from Michigan or wherever that are $7 that say, "Oh, USDA approved," fucking whatever. It's just nonsensical. They're just trying to control everything we do in every single kind of way, and that
you
I was thinking about that. That actually had me kind of worried that 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 little nerdy black kid from like Brooklyn or some shit, that in his backyard a couple of years ago he made this like distillery and was turning um, plastic bottles into fucking fuel, into gasoline. He reverted it back into liquid petroleum that you could use and put. He was putting it right in, I think, like his little gas scooter.
Does this kid have a high-pitched voice and like Einstein hair, kind of?
I think so. Yeah, he's just like a little, just total nerd.
Yeah, he's on that. I think if it's the guy you're talking about, he's on TikTok and he's building like Tesla coils in his backyard and shit now.
Yeah, he's a fucking genius.
Yeah, he's super genius, but I'm also worried for him because of the stuff he's getting into. He's like he wants to show everybody, and I'm worried it's gonna get him like definitely suppressed his work. If not, something bad's gonna happen to him. I hope not. I haven't seen it. He hasn't popped up on my feed lately. I haven't sought him out, but I used
And
to catch him on my feed all the time.
yeah, I hope he didn't get disappeared.
Uh, I mean, we know the trend for that. That
Oh,
every
shit.
time that shit, every time. The problem is, like Stephen Greer has talked about, that these people want to make a profit right away, so they try to patent.
Yeah, and then they do,
It's
and then big oil buys the patent, buried in a fucking box, and it's never.
or if they even get that far, even if they even get far enough to patent it,
Yeah,
instead of open source people, you can still make the money later.
right.
Make it open source. You have to, or you're either your life is going to be ruined, all your work suppressed, or you're disappeared, like you
Yeah,
said.
yeah. I mean, it's just like it's. I think we briefly touched on that. Um, I don't know, maybe in the first episode, something like that. But those stupid little environmental kids gluing their hands to the floor in the Porsche factory, the original Porsche factory over there in Bavaria, and it's like the Porsche's first car in 1897 was electric.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We
First
did
model.
talk.
And these kids are gluing their hands to the floor in protest of big fuel and blah blah blah. It's like, dude. So that was an interesting trend in the early 1900s. Was there was tons of companies that made electric cars. All the patents just got bought. I mean, Jay Leno has this. He's got an example of one that the patent was bought and the company was bought out and shut down, and it runs off a mixture of propane and electricity, and the small little propane motor is what recharges the batteries. And the thing gets like, dude, it's 100-year-old car and it gets like 90 miles a gallon. I mean, and that's a gallon of clean burning propane. Like what? It's just so dumb. And you'd think,
That's wild.
I know, you'd think that like some of these environmental and super left lean, ultra progressive people that are all against fracking and drilling for oil would be all for kids like that. Like the kid we were talking about there that was turning literally plastic bottles into fuel. It's like, okay, you want to recycle? It's a good way to start,
Yeah.
because 5%, that's a legit statistic. 5% of recycling actually gets recycled. The
Oh
rest
yeah. That sounds about right.
the rest just gets thrown in a dump. I don't even bother anymore. Y'all can hate me. Sorry to the crowd if anyone's even listening to us blather on. It all just goes in the trash these days for the most part. I mean, I'll take a bunch of shit and I'll just go put it in the at the church for the local youth baseball team or whatever the cause. But it's just all nonsense. You'd think that these people that are saying that, oh, you drive a gas vehicle, you're killing the planet. You'd think they'd be a little more open minded, but no, they're not, because they're all on somebody else's books getting paid to promote whatever they're being paid, and they don't care. They're just politicians. They're useless. They're lobbyists and lobbyists and lobbyists. All they care about is money. They don't.
You need to recycle, sir.
Yeah, well. Yeah, well. Hey,
What's your trash situation? Do you have bins outside and then someone else takes care of it?
yeah.
Oh, come on, man. Just get another little. Use a trash bag. Use like a. Do they still give you? Are you still allowed to get paper bags at the grocery store up in Maine?
That's the only kind of bag you can get. They flip flop every like 4 year, every election cycle. They flip flop. They're like, no, we need to use paper. No, you're killing trees. No, we have to use plastic now. No, plastic is banned. Plastic. You need a paper straw. You can't have a plastic. It's just, dude. It's It's all to garnish votes. They don't actually care about any of it. The
All
most,
right. Next
the,
time you go to the store, get a paper bag, put it on your floor, put your recycling in there. Okay?
I do, but whatever. It's just I just hate everything and everyone. So
All right, you want to hear about, dude? You want to hear something? Uh, we're a good 20 minutes in. I was gonna bring this up first thing. So on my way home from work, I was listening to. Do you know Giannis Pappas? I was listening to his podcast, and it's hard to tell the truth from bits with him when I'm listening to his podcast. So he brought up this story about RFK dumping a bear in Central Park, and it was full of shit. So I Googled it before we got live here, and there was a ABC News story on YouTube. So I guess I think they said 10 years ago or so, there was this big kerfuffle in Central Park because they found a dead bear cub, and there was like an old bicycle next to it. And yeah, so it was this big mystery, and then I guess RFK went on Roseanne's podcast,
yeah,
and or he was talking to Roseanne. I don't know
right.
if it was her podcast or not, but regardless, um, apparently a reporter from the New Yorker told told him that they were going to do a story about this and his connection with the dead bear. So he came out with it and said, I guess he was driving on the road in upstate New York, right?
Yeah.
And he saw a woman hit a baby bear cub. So he put it in his trunk, like he took it with him. He was gonna skin it and use the hide or whatever. And I guess he spent the day bird hunting, and then he had like a meeting or something in the evening. So he didn't want to leave the bear in his car. So he's like, "Oh, well, we'll just make it look like some biker hit it." So he went and they put the bear cub in the park and put a bike next to it to make it look like someone hit it with a bike.
This is just so ridiculous, weird. Like what? I mean, I, I don't know. I don't really feel like he did anything wrong aside from just make it like a bib, so he didn't get in trouble and someone didn't blame him for killing a baby bear.
Right, not coming out with it like when it happened.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, I don't know. Look at his fucking uncle. He left a blonde in the pond on Martha's Vineyard quite some time.
True, true. Well, this was ABC, and it was definitely a smear um, bit or whatever they call
AB.
section.
Yeah, why? Because what? Because he went on Joe Rogan, so they think
Well,
Joe
no,
like some Republican because he's a guy and fucking they so they're fake. They're fake. They're like CNN. They're used. Anyone that watches that shit like that, PBS, I don't take you seriously, and it was painful for me to have to tell my mother that. But
I
I,
hear you, man. There's a
but I,
lot of boomers that just are so indoctrinated by that.
oh yeah,
They're so far into it. It's just impossible. Like no amount of conversation. I mean, you seem to have started to pull your mom out of it, but That's really tricky. I
Yeah,
mean, they're so deep into it.
yeah. I don't get it. I I just don't, because their parents all fought in World War II. You know, I don't get the whole you have to be a leftist mentality. It just doesn't resonate. It doesn't make sense because their great grandparents and great great grandparents fought in the Civil War, for fuck's sake. You know, so you think about that, and it's like, dude, Lincoln Lincoln was a fucking Republican. I mean, it just it. I don't know. I just don't get it, and I don't get like. Well, I do, because the problem is with like social media, for example. You know, during the 2015 election or whatever, running up to the election,
16, yeah.
yeah. But I mean, they all started, campaigning, and that was when the walk away movement started on Facebook and stuff, with walk away from from the Democrat Party, because that was when all the dirt about the Clinton Foundation was coming out, and they just now all they do is they just censor everything so people can't see. I mean, it's really, I don't know, it's sad. I just feel bad for kids these days because they're just convoluted, and they're not. I don't know. Their education sucks.
Well, yeah, true. I think they seem aware, more aware than ever before any other generation of what's going on around them.
No, that's true. I talked about that in the last episode. That's an actual thing. 18 to 25 are waking up to all this bullshit, and they don't believe anything. They don't, and they don't watch any mainstream news because they're on their phones all the time on shit like TikTok, like we touched on last episode, and they see reality. You know, those the compilation videos of every single major news network with the same headline. It's like, yeah,
Right.
someone they understand that there's someone pulling the puppet strings. So I,
Well, a lot of them, and then there's the indoctrinated college students, the ones who chose to go to college, to these Ivy League brainwashing universities.
yeah, yeah, let's go back 100 years and everyone just start hating Jewish kids and not let them go to their classroom. Like, oh my,
And they don't even know why. They don't even know what they're talking about. Like I've seen multiple videos about people asking them, so what does from the river to the sea mean to you?
right?
And they have no idea what to fucking say. They don't know.
No, no, they have no idea, and they also, those ones are the ones that think everything's just all about democracy. It's like, that's the problem. They bash religion, the higher ups shit on religion and make it out to be the most evil thing in the world. Well, they don't do the pledge that we had to do as kids. For the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. They don't they don't do that anymore. And so these kids don't understand that we're a democratic republic. Our voting is democratic, but we are indeed a republic. And you get,
Well, the united part, I think, is the most important
well,
that
yeah,
we're missing.
but they just keep, oh, democracy dies in darkness. Oh, our democracy is under threat. They just keep spewing the same shit, and the brain dead Eds of the world just eat it up. They're like, oh, I have to vote for the woman who had Megan the Stallion open for her rally. Like how cringe and trash are we gonna get? Like, really? That's you got fat pussy opening up your fucking rally. Like, I don't know. I can't deal with it. And then, it got worse when the RNC let Amber Rose up on stage. I didn't know about that until yesterday. Like, Amber Rose is literally,
Oh,
she was a
sorry.
stripper and a call girl and a whore. And she was Wiz Khalifa's ex-wife, and now she's what? Promoting the Republican Party and has a platform to get on stage at the RN. Like, it's all so they're all so cringe, bro. I just can't. I can't deal with that shit. It's
I hear that, brother.
like you can't what you can't put a ex Navy SEAL on the stage that was you know under fire that lost half his platoon and is an actual American hero. We're having these rappers and strippers represent. It's just, I mean, whatever. Keep doing it because no one's gonna vote for you. You keep doing shit like that.
Did
I mean,
you see? Did you watch the opening ceremony at the Olympics? I heard it was like anti anti Catholic or anti Christian,
probably both.
but I never saw it.
I didn't either. I don't watch the Olympics anymore. I haven't for years. I don't care.
I I almost went back and watched the opening just because I heard it was fucking wild, but I just heard today that they can't find it on YouTube, so I haven't looked myself, but
Of course they can't because they pull that shit so everyone can see it, and all the politicians and governments are in bed with all these huge corporations. So once everyone sees it, they delete it and walk it back. Oh, well, that's not what we meant. Oh, really? It's not what you meant. Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Okay. It's it's so bad. Just and then
uh,
it just like who are they going to demonize next for being proud of being American? That should happen every day. So it's just like I don't care. I wish I good at something like golf, so I could just live like daily, just drink
dude,
like 50 beers a day and a bottle of vodka, just play golf,
wow.
just whatever, just play golf and eat edibles and hang out with Kid Rock. I mean, they're like best friends. It's the funniest relationship.
Who is?
John Daly and Kid Rock.
Oh, John Daly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all for
Theo
you.
Vaughn's Theo Vaughn's friends with him too. I've
Oh
heard
yeah,
Theo talk about him quite a bit.
he's
Shit's funny.
he's performing in Bangor in the next couple weeks. I want to go.
Oh,
Ticket
you should.
The government regulated the shit out of Ticketmaster for jacking up all the Taylor Swift tickets to like 20 grand.
Oh, good. They need
Yeah.
some regulation. It's a
Oh,
monopoly.
yeah, it is. They hammered Ticketmaster, so it's like $32 for a decent seat for a Theo show.
Oh, Theo, yeah, Theo has said on his podcast for a while to only buy tickets through his website so you don't get gouged. He's
Yeah,
like, if the prices are too high, don't go to the show. He said, if
yeah,
you can't get them through my site, don't go. I'll come back around.
yeah. Bill Burr's been doing the same thing because Ticketmaster was up in his. He was charging like $50 for a ticket for one of his shows, and Ticketmaster was charging like $450. It's like, dude, because
Crazy.
I mean, it's obvious what they were doing. They just right when the show was announced and the tickets were released on the
They
artist's
buy
website,
them up.
yeah, they'd buy every fucking ticket and then just upcharge it 400%. It's like scumbag shit, man.
Crazy. I'm glad they're cracking down on that.
Me too.
Yeah, Theo's great. He's so funny.
Yeah.
Um, he just interviewed George St. Pierre,
Oh, old
former
fighter. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
former UFC. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um, wicked good interview. It was pretty good.
What else you got on the docket there, bro?
Oh, I wanted to bring this up. My wife told me that during our last episode, she army crawled across the lawn behind me because she was getting the dog
Yeah,
so that she wouldn't be on camera. Yeah, she army crawled across the grass while we were recording.
she would. That makes.
I I thought that shit was funny as hell. Oh, so I saw, huh?
I was just giggling.
I saw this video last night about so anybody who's traveling, staying at hotels, motels, this was pretty good. I'd never seen this before. This guy was in a five-star hotel and he
Who,
said,
who were his
huh?
neighbors? Who were his neighbors in said hotel? A bunch of illegal immigrants.
Uh, I guess it depends where he lives or where he was. I'm not sure. Um, so he said every time he stays in a hotel room, he finds the iron, gets the iron. You go to the corner of the bed, you pull the like over sheets off and just leave the mattress cover.
Right. It's called.
Heat up
Hey,
that.
hey, hey, it's called a
Yeah,
duvet. It's called a
yes,
duvet.
duvet. I'm sorry. I apologize. Um, and you heat that iron up, and then you go to the corner, one of the corners of the mattress, and just rub the iron around.
Right.
And the heat will draw up any bed bugs
Oh,
that are in that mattress.
why did I'm never staying at a hotel again? Why? What? You just, Greg.
Well, do this iron test because this guy did it. He's in a five-star hotel. I saw the video. He pulls the duvet up, and there's like 1,000 bugs starting to come up through the mattress.
That's
And then
terrible.
I know, it was horrible. And he did it more like in a bigger area, and then there was like
Uh,
50,000 bugs.
uh, I'm officially never staying in a hotel ever again.
Uh, yeah, it wasn't it wasn't very pleasant, but I will be doing that. He immediately picked up the phone and was like, I need a new room.
Yeah, well, they're already all over him at that point, so he's just carrying the room with him.
Right? Yeah. I mean,
It's
yeah,
like,
he was putting his arm near the mattress. So I was like, ah, bro, just stay away.
yeah, yeah, no, that's horrifying. Okay, moving on.
Moving on. Did you hear about this 7.1 magnitude earthquake in Japan? I
I
think
mean,
it was yesterday.
what, what, this isn't new news. They get those like every fucking 6 months.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean,
I
so what?
mean, 7.1's pretty good though.
Yeah, I know, but they don't. So here, okay, so for the for the kids out there, it's actually a factual thing that you can find anywhere. Um, the Japanese do not use traditional fasteners in construction. As a matter of fact, everything is dovetailed for the most part, or slatted, or just however you want to cut the cookie in terms of laying wood together like this, right? They don't use fasteners. So the way they build is is just perfect cuts with we all call it a Jap saw, and oh, it's racist. It, it's a pull saw. They cut all their joints, and everything just falls together like Lincoln logs. So when shit like that happens, they can actually move around. So the wood and everything else doesn't get destroyed by the shaking, which, fun fact. And for me, it's a very fun fact because I think construction is fucking garbage and I've done it for 25 fucking years. So, that being said, do it the old way because the old way is the better way. There's no good new way anymore regarding anything. Sorry. Now,
What is the real name for that saw?
just a pull saw.
Pole saw.
Yeah, it's a hand saw, and it
Oh,
has
okay.
the I mean, I got, I don't know, 10 different blades, anywhere from 200 to 400 teeth, 200, 220, 250, 300, 350, all the way up. And, you know, it depends on the wood that you're cutting. The difference is the amount of teeth per inch and the aggressiveness of um, the cut ability. So depending on if you're using a hardwood or a softer wood, you gotta you gotta pick and choose correctly for whatever the task is. But
I
that's
prefer hardwood, my friend.
yeah. No,
Um, yeah. Yes, we do. So I heard about this. I saw a story about a guy. I guess it was a video where this guy said, uh, and he had video. He said a Tesla had crashed into his house, right?
is the fire still burning?
Uh, wow. Well, get this. So he called 911, and before any responders got there, this tow truck showed up and hooked up and started to take this Tesla away. And the homeowner's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I need to take some pictures. The police are coming." He's like, "Fuck you."
What?
And the guy's like, "What?" He's like, "No, you need to stop. You can't take this until the police come." He's like, "Get the fuck out of the way. Fuck off."
What?
And he hitched up the Tesla and fucking booked it. And this guy's thought was that when a Tesla gets in a wreck, there's some kind of agreement with some kind of system to send out notifications to local tow trucks in the area to come and get the evidence.
What the
What
fuck?
are your thoughts on that? I heard this. I mean, I had no reason to doubt this homeowner. He's
Mm,
like, why the fuck would this tow truck just show up and fucking treat me like this for no apparent reason at all?
I'll give it. Okay, I'll touch on that. So you've seen the videos of when those things catch on fire, right?
Oh
They'll
yeah.
they'll burn for a week, if not 2 weeks, if untouched, because of the battery. So there's only a finite amount of places that can afford the money for the foam that they need to use to put out EVs when they explode. You can't just fucking spray water at it because they burn at such a hot temperature. It just it's like it just evaporates. It doesn't do anything. So you have to use this special foam. So there's only, like I said, there's only a finite amount of places that can put that amount of money and resources into their fire departments to be able to put the fucking things out. So,
Yeah, yeah, they should have some type of extinguisher that's capable of that for sure.
well, frankly, Elon being Elon, as a front runner of technology, should be the one that should. I mean, honestly, I mean, with the amount of grief and bullshit he's got since he bought Twitter, I think it would do a lot for his public character because he's a very important person in this world. I don't care if you like him or not. He's a very important person. And that being said, he should, like 5 years ago, he should have set up some kind of fund that could get the foam suppressant out to communities that couldn't afford it. He has the money. It would do so much for his public persona. And
For sure.
it's, I mean, it's one of those things, dude. Like they in mainstream media suppresses all these stories, like they suppress everything. But you can, I mean, one of those things can, one of those EVs can spontaneously combust, which they have in huge parking garages, and then you got 20 other cars that fucking blow up and are on fire. I mean,
Right.
and so you're also in not only endangering the structure, but half of these fucking places, bro, the parking garage is underneath. That supports the humongous amounts of apartment above them in major cities. So it
Yeah.
compromises the whole structure. It's just, it's, nah, it's what, it's cat shit. It's fucking just human endangerment. I don't know. I mean, I appreciate what Elon brings to the table, but shit like that, I feel like these guys, the big inventors and big investors, blah blah blah. I feel like when it comes to stuff like that, they got to step up to the table. Because think about like a downtown Manhattan apartment building that had, 3,000 people living in it. You're in danger of all those people. So
Right.
imagine if one of those things just spontaneously combusted and that building collapsed. That's fucking 9/11 right there. Are you kidding? Like, come on. There's just not enough accountability. I don't know. It's just
So, do you think they have some secret initiative with tow truck drivers to get the evidence out of there?
I I don't know about secret initiative as much as it is about stock prices. I
But do
think
you
that
think they have like some when the car crashes, do you think it like has some system that contacts these tow trucks and they're like hired to get it out of there as fast as they can?
well, think about it. AAA has their preferred shops. Call them.
But
So
like for evidence reasons, like because they don't want to be
no, I know
considered like
that's what I'm hindering at is so like I said, AAA has their preferred shops that are their, mechanics that they represent, for example. So it's probably the same kind of structure. Whereas, okay, that EV crashed. We don't want the evidence to get out as to why, if it malfunctioned by its computer, by it self driving itself, or the battery just collapsed into a massive fire. It's there's probably there's probably a system that's implemented that yes, certain tow truck drivers and companies are the only ones that can go get that because they probably signed a non-disclosure agreement where they can't say anything to anyone about what happened and just drag the wreck out and they're gone. You'll never see them again, and they ain't going to say nothing to anyone. So that being said, yes, there's probably preferred tow truck drivers for those situations, so the EV companies can just stay out of the weeds, not have to do.
Right. And then they have like a script if if the
Oh, correct.
if
Yes.
someone gives like the license plate or the company name, they're
Yeah.
like, just say this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah. Here you go. Here's your here's your talking card and your talking points. Yeah. Dude, for real. No. 100%.
And it's probably something like, I have no comment. Here's the number to contact from the Tesla Corporation who has employed me to retrieve their
Oh yeah.
merchandise or some shit like that.
Yeah. It's like Karine Jean-Pierre. Every press conference she has. Well, look, we have this implemented, and this is the situation, and disregard and fucking reflect on every other thing. And I don't have an answer for the question. Next question. I mean, that's in a nutshell. That's her response to everything. She is the dumbest person to ever represent the White House.
Yeah.
But but yeah, no, it's boilerplate bullshit. That's what it is. That's I guarantee it. Yeah, I think you're right.
So, I sent you my notes earlier, and um, you had asked me who Matt Rife is. Did you happen to like look on YouTube after?
Nope, I
No.
would have. I didn't have enough time.
Well, look him up after the podcast. He's a funny guy. He's a funny dude, and we both lived in Rhode Island. And I was taken aback. I heard him on a podcast. Can't remember off the top of my head which one right now, but I think it was um, yeah. Are You Garbage? I think it was Are You Garbage? Um,
I mean, it
this
might be.
podcast. This podcast. Have you heard it?
No, I just said I might be. We might all be garbage. Who knows? We don't know.
Yeah, it's this podcast with two comedians who interview people, and they ask them like a series of questions, and they determine if they're trash or classy, trashy or classy.
That already kind of sounds like something I probably wouldn't like. But
But it's pretty funny. Um,
I might. I mean, I
yeah.
might. What else? Wait, fuck that guy. What else you got?
Let's see here. So you hear about these riots in London right now?
London. You mean the whole country of England? Yeah, the
Yeah,
whole.
yeah, I think it's pretty much, and that was because of a stabbing by an immigrant. Is that right? Mass stabbing.
He stabbed to death two tiny English children in a park, and the media tried to cover it up. So the entire country went insane, and it still is because they're fed up. They're fed up with their government covering up everything. I mean, when was the last time mainstream media ever talked about, for example, a five-star hotel just being reallocated by the federal government to house illegal immigrants that are unvetted and undocumented? I mean, they don't cover that. So they didn't, they tried to cover it up, and everyone saw it through Instagram, TikTok, all that bullshit. And the whole country is going insane. I saw a video uh, 2 nights ago. Liverpool was on fucking fire. They're who knows? It's probably the what IRA, the Irish Republican Army.
Mm.
The,
They still around?
Of course they are. They're never going anywhere. They're just like ISIS. I mean, they'll feed and fund anything that brings terror. But dude, in this video, they're fucking. Well, who knows if they were civilians or IRA or whoever, but they were fucking lobbing grenades at government buildings, dude. It was in fucking insane. I mean, they're tearing themselves apart. They're sick of it. They're sick of people that aren't from their country being treated better than the homeless in their country, just like we are. But apparently, Americans don't have a backbone anymore, so no one stands up to it. It's like, really? I mean, that guy right over there by the fucking bus stop, there was a Marine that fought for a career for 20 years in how many countless war zones? That guy's homeless?
suffering from PTSD and
All the above. Yeah, yeah,
depression,
yeah. He gets
suicidal thoughts.
he gets nothing. And these clowns come across the border and they get debit cards, cell phones, free places to live. I mean, free health care. Dude, they're even fucking giving them delivery dry cleaning in New York City. Are you kidding me? They don't even have to leave their apartment. They can just get shit faced, fucking hang out and smoke a joint in a 5-star hotel room and just have their laundry delivered to them while there's an American born citizen, hunkering down behind said building next to a dumpster, just waiting to fucking die with no support. Like,
Yeah, that part is sad. It's very unfortunate.
it's pathetic, is what it is. What this country's becoming is completely pathetic. I have I have no more words for that topic because I'm just getting
Fair,
very very angry.
fair. Let's flip it around. Have you seen this new Star Wars game? I don't know if you've ever been a fan of the Star Wars games in the past. I just saw a preview of Star Wars Outlaws.
Outlaws.
70 bucks. It looks pretty fucking sick, dude. Looks
Is
like
it,
a good game.
is it woke?
Not from the clips that I saw. I don't think we have enough following to not be able to use this footage, so we'll keep it in.
What footage?
I don't know what the policies are on YouTube specifically. Uh, I
Well,
I guess I've seen firearm videos, but I don't know if we have to. I guess it doesn't matter.
yeah, I didn't even put two and two together. I had no idea what you were just.
You're like, I just like stroking my pistol.
I mean, what else are you supposed to do? Yeah,
Oh, shit.
11 that I own legally. It's on the books. You got a fucking problem with that? Fuck off. Oh, what's that? Yeah, that's a Dirty Harry. That's a 44 Magnum that I own on the books, legally vetted. Fuck off. Oh, you know what?
Oh, shit.
This is a 44 repeater. You got a problem with an 1892? Fuck off. Clowns. It's a Winchester. Fuck. You're gonna call
Alright,
it war just because I
you,
can use it in war as a weapon better than you fucking clowns that are anti-gun? What you hate the military, but you rely on the military for your safety. You hate law enforcement, but you rely on law enforcement. How does your brain even make any sense? Because that logic is not logic. It's illogical, and it doesn't coincide with anything that's logical. So fuck off. Anyways,
You got it out of your system, buddy?
yeah, kind of.
Oh, shit.
What else you got?
Alright. Let's see here. The rest of this stuff. Alright, so let's give a shout out to my coworker Brett. Um, he's one of our followers. He's been watching. Thank you for watching, Brett. We appreciate it. Um, he he mentioned today at work how well it just brought up a conversation about Kamala's running mate.
Oh, yeah. Well.
I mean, it's pretty obvious that she's having some brainstorming on on the best approach to this,
Oh, but
and she
yeah,
seems to have gone with a old white guy.
yeah. Instead of the young, smart Jewish kid because he's Jewish and the whole Palestine thing. Right. Yep. Pander to the college kids that have no idea what they're protesting about that are super racist. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this guy. He's the governor of Minnesota. Is that right?
Something like that. Yeah, he's a fucking clown. He's like he might even be worse than her. Yeah, I don't really know. I just can't deal with the nonsense of all of it. But
I heard he likes to hunt.
yeah, okay.
Uh, he was wearing his. I guess there was a video of him while he's giving an interview or something. He's wearing his hunting cap inside his house, just like chilling.
What an asshole. What? What like just it's like how do people not wake up to this? Just innate, like just disgusting pander. It's just like how do everyone just not know that they're just all they ever do is try to garnish votes. It's just so lame, dude. I don't know.
The whole thing's disgusting. I mean,
And now
it's difficult. Go ahead.
now they're trying to now they're trying to Brett Kavanaugh off JD Vance. It's just it's just that's what they do. Just destroy someone's entire life only for them to inevitably get elected. It's just he's a rapist. He had sex parties and rape parties. Like, then it, I don't know, man. You got anything funny we can talk about for a minute? Because I'm just about to put my fucking fist up.
Well, not so funny, but I was thinking maybe I thought it might be interesting to do some uh, local news.
Yeah, let's let it spill over. Yeah, we're over an hour, but who
Yeah. So I got a notification about
can probably dig up gold here? Depending,
what? What's that?
so we could probably dig up some gold here, depending on what it is.
Um, so I saw an article earlier from my hometown. Uh,
Tell them down.
should have saved the article. I'll find that for next week. I don't have anything great. I don't have anything great, buddy. Um, what you got planned for this weekend? Anything cool? You going cliff diving or anything? It's supposed to be shitty out, huh?
Yeah, yeah, I don't see what happens. But yeah, I don't know if it all could blow north. Blows north, I haven't done enough shooting, and Phil got that gasket for my four wheeler, so the exhaust is all put back together and everything. And I don't know, man. Hopefully Shane gets. We're so close with the Tahoe, so close. She's wicked snappy, dude. Like so snappy.
What are
And,
you getting worked on now with it?
oh, we've been working on carbureting it. Ripped out all the electronics, ripped out the fucking distributor cap, all that shit, and replaced it with a 70s style full steel straight up distributor. The fucking thing is this big, dude. It's huge. And I got the wires are just this massive gauge going all the plugs, got all new plugs in. So it's
Nice.
Edelbrock, Edelbrock 4 barrel carb. She's right around from what the YouTube videos show of true dual exhaust with headers from motor straight up the back, plus the carb, distributor, racing wires, um, and we retained the EFI. I didn't want to go to manual fuel injection or whatever the fuck they call it. So we're keeping the EFI. Um, so all the videos I've seen on YouTube is like 400, anywhere between 400 to 450 horsepower. So she's going to be a true screaming eagle. So
Nice.
that'll be sweet. But yeah, no, I've been most of my buddies up here don't have racing bikes. Everyone's just got like utility quads. But I kind of felt like I jumped the gun a little bit, um, and should have waited out. But I want to learn because the quad I got. So for you listening, if anyone ever does, it's a Honda 250. It's well, the only thing that annoys me about it is it's just electric start. And apparently, to put a pull start on it in case something goes wrong when you're in the middle of the woods or a field or whatever, is like a nightmare to install. But aside from that, it's cool because you can just putt around and kick shift it without using the clutch, but there is a manual clutch. So if you want to learn um, how to really, really rip, you can shift with the manual clutch and really get your shifts quick and fast and get the thing fucking scooting. Um, so that's cool. So I'm thinking, you know, have Phil teach me for like and ride with him for like all his are all manual. So I thinking like why not just ride that for the next few months and come spring, me and him both want to get our motorcycle licenses, whether or not we're going to buy a bike or not. It's just a cool thing to have. And then that way I'll know how to actually manual clutch because at the training center up the road that we're going to go to, Crystal Falls, shout out, Maine, what up? Um, yeah, all their bikes are manual. So I don't want to go in there looking like a fucking dildo, not knowing how to play. But but
Fair enough.
yeah. Aside from that, just fucking around. Got to clean the place and I don't know, throw Sarge around a little more. He's kickable. I'll tell you that. Uh,
Don't be abusing your pets.
he's no, not in the slightest. No, he fucking he's just been getting mouthy when it comes to dinner time. And it's just so annoying because he coos and caws so loud. And he was standing right in front of the bathroom door, and I was like, perfect. And Lana was just sitting there, patient, just looking at me. Quiet, just sitting there looking, just waiting patiently. And he's meow, 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 meow. And he's in front of the bathroom door, so I was like, perfect. And I just like side kicked him like you're passing a soccer ball gently, and
Yeah, like a hockey puck or something.
yeah, pulled the bathroom door closed, let Lana eat in peace so he didn't annoy her, and then I fed him. So yeah, that's my life. It's fucking stellar, isn't it?
I hear you, brother.
Way to go.
I got I got a little puppy and big brother who starts acting like little puppy because he wants attention too.
Yep. Oh
It's
yeah.
so funny because I get home and she's like this tall,
Yeah.
this long. So she's just jumping up, trying to like lick me and bite my face.
Oh yeah.
And she's like always jumping. So Tucker started. Now Tucker, he's a foxhound, and he starts like jumping. This big fucking 150-pound dog fucking jumping up and down.
Is that big now?
Because she does. I don't know how big he is. I don't know.
Look at this little asshole. Weekly
Oh,
update.
there he is. Hey, buddy.
Weekly
It's like
update.
it's like a fish.
He's such a nerd.
It's like he's stretching out a fish. Hey,
See ya.
buddy.
Say hi to the camera. What you doing?
Dude, it's so
What a
my vet, I said to my vet, I was like, you ever seen or come across a cat that literally purrs when it's sleeping? And he was like, no. I was like, he's been a vet for 40 years. He's just, when he's sleeping, he's just, I
dude,
said,
I don't think that vet has ever had a cat because both of my cats used to purr while they were sleeping.
oh no, like deep sleep, like when it's like hard to wake him up. He sounds
Oh,
like, he sounds like a fucking tiger. It's
okay. That's
you
funny.
little monster. All
All
right.
right, buddy. I gotta go pee, so I'm gonna get going. Thank everyone for tuning in. Thank you all. We appreciate all the follows. We've got 8 followers, I think, right now. We appreciate that. I think one of them is me and one's my wife. I assume one's probably you. So that makes about 5.
Five
But we appreciate the views. We appreciate my shorts seem to be getting some views on YouTube, so I'll try and make more of those. Hopefully, draw some viewers in. Um, my editing is not great, but I'm going to avoid those AI tools and I'm going to try and put some outro music in. I tried to put some intro music in last time and then couldn't move it over to the beginning. So I'll try it again. But I think we had like 2 minutes of outro music.
yo,
What?
intro has to be a short sample of GTA San Andreas.
It didn't really give me much options because it was like all free shit. I probably have to pay if we want to use that. I don't
There's
know.
gotta be a way. Gotta be a way. But that's, dude, San Andreas, come on, man. That's our,
But I'll see what I can do in my
uh,
free time. All right, homie.
all right.
Uh, it was good chilling. Talk to you soon. Love you, brother.
Love you too, brother. Yes, sir.
Peace.